WWF, what the world is watching.
This week in the Broome County Veterans Memorial Arena in Binghamton, New York, it's the Superstars of Wrestling. Binghamton is the home of the annual Hydroplane Regatta, the annual Ostinigo Powwow Indian Celebration, the AMA Motocross Championship, and the Rolls Park Zoo, one of the oldest zoos in the country. Hello everyone, I'm Vince McMahon along with Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse, what do you know about zoos?
Not too much about zoos, but I know we got a lot of animals waiting to wrestle this week on the Superstars of Wrestling.
I think I'm looking at one, huh?
Hey, Yale, Bula Bula.
Bula Bula.
The one and only Tito Santana.
The $1 Million Man will be in action.
As will Luke and Butch, the Bushwhackers.
And the adorable Adrian Adonis is here.
Cowboy Bob Orton, along with his new manager, Mr. Fuji.
And is Fuji on a roll or what? Demolition are the tag team champions. The magnificent Morocco is lighting up Hollywood.
He is?
He has an unstoppable monster in the form of Killer Khan, set to take the world's heavyweight title from Hulk Hogan, and now he has the Ace Cowboy in the ranks.
I would suggest that Ace Cowboy has riled up Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, and Mr. Orton need look no further than his erstwhile employer, Rowdy Roddy Piper, to see why that is a bad idea.
Well, that's precisely why Orton has joined up with Fuji. Just look at the strength in Fuji's ranks. Orndorff can't stand against that.
Oh, really? Perhaps you should tell that to Mr. Wonderful. Bob Orton feeling very pleased with himself. Clubbing blow. And Duane Gill rolls to the outside. And I must say, Mr. Gill has taken something of a drubbing thus far.
Bob Orton was straight out after him. He's enjoying this.
And perhaps already we're seeing the sadistic nature of Mr. Fuji rub off on the Cowboy, so to speak.
I don't know. I think Bob Orton is pretty sadistic in his own right.
You may have a point. Ugh. Repeated knees driven into the head of Duane Gill.
Look at the look of satisfaction on the face of Bob Orton.
Not to mention that of his manager.
And here it comes, McMahon superplex.
And finally, Bob Orton is going to end this.
And look at Orton holding him.
Prolonging the agony and, my goodness, devastating.
And Orton taking his time. He knows this one's over.
I would suggest this one has been over for quite some time.
And look at that superplex. Absolutely devastating.
Mr. Fuji, and victorious here on the Superstars of Wrestling.
World Wrestling Federation magazine May issue on sale now. Read all about the spectacular in the Silverdome, WrestleMania, with exclusive pictures of the event, and find out all about the slam heard round the world. Available now at all good stores and newsstands.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Entering the ring from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 235 pounds, Barry O.
Barry O from Las Vegas, Nevada, set for action here on the Superstars of Wrestling. And get ready to hear these fans erupt when Barry O's opponent is introduced. Tito Santana, already one of the all-time greats here in the World Wrestling Federation, and I believe he is only just entering his prime.
Former Intercontinental Champion, former Tag Team Champion. The only title that has eluded him is the big one.
A title that also eluded you.
Hey, if someone doesn't beat Hogan for it soon, I may just have to come out of retirement and take it from him myself.
Ha! The Hulkster versus the Body. I would love to see it.
You and about 5 billion other people around the world, there isn't an arena big enough to hold that match. You thought 93,000 in the Silverdome was big?
Well, yes, I do believe the all-time indoor attendance record counts as big. Barry O sails over the top rope and down onto the arena floor. Barry O back in there, and he picks the leg of Tito, and look at that, a figure 4 leg lock.
He's got it locked in there. What an upset this would be.
Barry O looking to make a name for himself here on the Superstars of Wrestling. Tito Santana fighting it with everything he has. And Santana is trying to turn it over, and yes, he has it turned. All the pressure now on the legs of Barrio.
The flying burrito.
3, yes.
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, less than 2 weeks ago in the Boston Garden, you squared off with a former partner of yours, Cowboy Bob Orton, and nothing was settled as Orton attacked you with a stick or a cane of some kind, and you, Mr. Wonderful, must have been shocked to see Bob Orton's new manager, the devious Mr. Fuji.
I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised. Orton never has been able to stand on his own 2 feet. He's a lowlife, a bottom feeder, and once he realized he can't go toe-to-toe with me like a man, he resorted to attacking me with a weapon. Well, that's okay, Bob. We can do this any way you like. Orton, I'm challenging you. Anytime, anywhere. Bring Fuji. Bring as many weapons as you like, but just be a man and show up, I dare ya.
This tag team contest is scheduled for one fall.
In the ring, at a total combined weight of 606 pounds, the team is Terry Gill and Bushwhackers.
Luke and Butch, the Bushwhackers, what a pair.
A pair of idiots.
I beg your pardon. Terry Gibbs starting out now with, I believe that's Butch, and Gibbs with a nice body slam here in the early going. Oh, and Gibbs with a drop kick. Into the cover. Could we have an upset here now? Luke intervenes, and the Bushwhackers are yet to get going here on the Superstars of Wrestling. And we heard just moments ago from Mr. Wonderful, who is far from finished with the ace cowboy, Bob Orton.
Yeah, but Orton's with Fuji now. If Orndorff has a problem with Orton, he's got a problem with the magnificent Morocco, with the tag team champions, Demolition, and scariest of all, if you ask me, he's got a problem with Killer Khan.
Somehow I don't think those odds will deter Mr. Wonderful, not one bit.
Well, that's foolish on the part of Mr. Wonderful.
Meanwhile, Luke of the Bushwhackers taking it to Terry Gibbs, and oh no, look at this monster. Big Rusty Brooks in there now. Oh no!
We may have an upset here.
But no, not quite. Bushwhacker Luke as tough as they come. Oh my goodness.
Forget about it.
And Butch quickly on the scene.
And if he hadn't have been, this one was over.
We'll never know. Nevertheless, an impressive showing thus far from Big Rusty Brooks.
And again, Luke flattened like a pancake.
And again, Butch saving his partner, but Luke really needs to make a tag. Luke rolling to the outside, taking the opportunity to gather himself.
That's about the smartest thing I've ever seen a Bushwhacker do.
And now Brooks has pulled Butch into the ring. This is a new vicious side we are seeing of Rusty Brooks. Oh, but Brooks opened the door for Luke to wrest back control for the Bushwhackers. Now Gibbs back in there, and Luke went to his corner for the tag, but Butch is still recovering from the damage he suffered at the hands of Rusty Brooks. Butch back up now, and there's the tag. And oh yeah, battering ram. There's the 3 and a win for the Bushwhacker. Go now to Craig DeGeorge.
Gentlemen, my guests are the Islanders and, of course, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Well, guys, you appear quite cocky now, and I was wondering, Brain, if it's because you now know that the Can-Ams are no longer an opponent, because Rick's partner quit.
Well, let me tell you this way. First of all, don't just call me Brain. You don't know me that well to address me on that basis. But I'll tell you,
Bobby.
that guy, no, it's Mr. Heenan. Bobby to my friend. I'll tell you, it's this simple. The other guy took a walk. He didn't have it here. He quit. He left. But you know, the more I think about it, maybe that was the best move to make. Maybe he's smarter than Martel and everybody else. You see, Martel, you have an opportunity. You can leave. You can quit. You can look at a job someplace up in Canada, shoveling snow or sweeping the streets. Because the longer you stick around, this gentleman or this gentleman is going to kick you into retiring.
Perhaps I can address this question to the Islanders. You know, you may have taken care of the AM, but the Can is still alive, and Rick Martel said last week he's going to take you guys on one-on-one.
Take us one-on-one? I think Rick Martel's a fool. What are you talking about? This is one of the best tag teams in the world. Exactly. Number one, we talk about the AM. That's it for the AM. Can come anytime you want to, because we're going to beat you up.
All right, we'll see.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Led down the aisle by his manager, out of the South, Jimmy Hart. And from New York City, weighing 278 pounds, the adorable Adrian.
The adorable Adrian Adonis set for action. And Bobby Heenan and his Islanders are really reveling in the fact that Rick Martel has been left in the lurch, so to speak, by his tag team partner.
And why not? The Can-Am Connection thought they were tough. But as soon as they ran up against the Islanders, Tom Zenk turned tail and ran. And what does Rick Martel do? He continues to talk about and goad the Islanders.
But what Rick Martel wants is a fair fight. He wants Haku and Tama one-on-one. What we saw a few weeks ago in the Spectrum was a handicap match, which was totally unfair.
How was it unfair? Tom Zink didn't show up, not the Islanders' problem, and not Bobby Heenan's problem.
They objected to Rick Martel selecting a substitute for the match.
And why shouldn't they? The Islanders prepared for Martel and Zink, not Martel and who knows who. We're talking big money here, McMahon. The winner takes home a lot more than the loser, and you know that. Martel could have forfeited the match if he'd wanted to.
Rick Martel has more guts than that, and in fact, he came close to defeating the Islanders all by himself.
What is it Gorilla says? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Adrian Adonis, I would suggest perhaps the most bizarre individual we have ever seen in the World Wrestling Federation.
What a suplex.
And these fans do not know what to make of Mr. Adonis, but I would suggest he's none too popular.
He's popular in certain demographics.
I see. Oh, and look at this. Mancini with the sleeper.
Nah, no way. You're never going to beat Adrian Adonis with the sleeper. He's the master of it. Told you.
Oh, and Adonis with a sleeper of his own. He calls it good night, Irene, and good night indeed. Adrian Adonis victorious, and will he be victorious on Saturday night, May 16th, when he meets Sam Houston in Madison Square Garden? Let's go now to Sean Mooney.
Hello everyone, I'm Sean Mooney with your World Wrestling Federation Event Center. Saturday night, May the 16th, the World Wrestling Federation returns to New York City and Madison Square Garden for what promises to be a night of explosive action. And in the main event, World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan will put his title on the line against Mr. Fuji's Mongolian monster, Killer Khan.
It would be remiss of me of not taking the time to talk to this premier manager on the World Wrestling Federation, a man that certainly is a world-class wrestler. He is the samurai warrior. He's a little long of tooth. The veteran septuagenarian, Mr. Fuji, come on in. Premier manager on the World Wrestling Federation, and you have big plans indeed for Killer Khan.
Indeed. Also, I am the master of the martial art. Also, I am the master of making people suffer, and suffer indeed. And I want you to meet Killer Khan from Mongolia, former grand champion. You see all the hitting, you see, he loves pain. And when he loves pain, Mr. Fuji have goosebumps on his body. I love it. I love to see a opponent scream.
Specifically, can we talk heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan?
Hogan, son, we are waiting for you, Hogan. We want you, not piece by piece. We want your whole body. For Khan, we want you from head to toe, boy, son.
Can you get Killer Khan to say something in Japanese, Mr. Fuji?
Oh, be very honored. Hanashine.
Hogan! お前は力が強いけど、俺の方が根性がある。なぜなら15の時から無理変にげんこつの相撲社会に生きてきた。柔道、相撲、空手。お前は何がある？力だけだ。
Well, don't think I don't understand some Japanese. I understood some of what he said.
お前はぐちゃぐちゃにしてやる。
He did say Toyota, didn't he? That's what I thought.
In a tag team encounter, former World Wrestling Federation tag team champions, the British Bulldogs, to meet the returning Moondogs, Rex and Spot. Hacksaw Jim Duggan to meet the Outlaw, Ron Bass. Tito Santana to go one-on-one with the $1 Million Man.
I've followed your career now for just about 1 decade, and I don't mind telling you, things do not get easier. Here on the World Wrestling Federation, you see the preponderance of new talent that joins us basically on a weekly basis. New names. How about the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase? He's no stranger to you. You know about these guys.
I sure do, especially that $1 Million Man. You know, he claims that he's going to come to the Worldwide Wrestling Federation and buy his way to the world belt.
You know, he has not made a secret of that. I think he's just blatantly come right out and said, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, whether it's $500, $1,000, or $10,000. I'm gonna buy my way to the top of this organization.
You're exactly right. You know, he's paying people to kiss his feet. He's paying people to kiss his hand. I guess he's gonna be paying referees off. I don't know what you have in mind, but that doesn't happen in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. You're gonna have to earn your belt, Mr. DiBiase. There's a lot of good wrestlers that's going to have to go through, and I guarantee you'll be facing me.
Sam Houston to square off with the adorable Adrian Adonis. And fans in the New York City area, we are down to just a handful of remaining tickets. You're going to want to run to the box office to ensure you don't miss out, because I can now reveal 2 more matches added to the show. And talk about big, they don't get any bigger than this one. It's the Battle of the Giants as Big John Studd meets the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
B-5-0 from Andre the Giant. When we met and our eyes locked, the whole world could see that Big John Studd is every bit of a giant as you are. And when I looked in your eyes, Andre, I saw you flicker. I saw you start to flinch. I saw you feel that the legend of Andre the Giant is threatened. You're a giant with a real big yellow streak running down the center of your back. And when we meet, Andre, and we will meet in the center of the ring, I will pick you up, all 500 pounds of you, and slam you to the center of the ring, Andre. And then I'll cover you, and it will be 1, 2, 3, and that's the end of the legend of Andre the Giant.
In a tag team encounter, Luke and Butch, the Bushwhackers, to meet the fabulous Rougeau brothers.
Hey, Bushwhackers, we've got a new song just for you after we beat you. Go ahead, John. Okay, here it goes. Country roads take you home to the place you belong in New Zealand.
Fans in Philadelphia, the World Wrestling Federation is returning to the Spectrum on Saturday night, May 30th. And in the first match signed for the show, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat to meet the magnificent Morocco.
All right, Philadelphia, the Spectrum, Saturday night, May 30th, the magnificent Morocco to meet my guest at this time, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Philadelphia, a city with a lot of history, not just for our great country, but for me personally. The magnificent Morocco. You call yourself magnificent, and I will do you the honor of also calling you magnificent because you truly are a magnificent wrestler. The only shame is you choose to take the easy way out. You choose to associate with one of the most deceitful individuals on the planet, Mr. Fuji, and you would rather win in disgrace than lose with honor. I'm extending an invitation to you, Don Morocco. Let's just see who the better man is. Let's just see whose skills rise to the top. You're stronger than me, but I'm faster than you. Let's just truly test ourselves and see who comes out on top in the Spectrum. And when we're done, the loser shakes the winner's hand and leaves with honor. Can you do that? Can you lose with honor?
That's Saturday night, May 30th at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Tickets on sale at the box office. Stay tuned in the coming weeks as more matches are announced for what promises to be an incredible night of action. For Event Center, I'm Sean Mooney. Now back to Vince and Jesse.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Big John Studd to meet Andre the Giant in Madison Square Garden in just over 1 week's time. Can you believe it?
What I can't believe is what an ingrate John Studd is.
What are you talking about? John Studd has been hung out to dry by Bobby Heenan, and he's going to do something about it.
We'll see.
Everybody's got a prize.
cost a little. Some might cost a lot. But I'm the $1 million man. And you will be bought.
The $1 Million Man, a man who has made no secret of the fact that he wants to be World Wrestling Federation champion, and if he can't win it in the ring, he wants to buy it. What a ridiculous notion.
Hey, it's like the man says, everybody has a price, including your precious Hulk Hogan.
I highly doubt that, and despite what the man says, some things in life simply can't be bought, including the World Wrestling Federation Championship. And if the $1 Million Man wants that title, he's going to have to earn it in the ring.
He's capable of doing just that. Are you saying he's not?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Certainly he's a highly skilled technician, but is he capable of defeating the Hulkster? Well, I have my doubts. And right now he has his hands full with Reno Riggins.
Who says he has to beat Hogan? If you ask me, Hogan ain't going to be the champion after Killer Khan gets his hands on him in Madison Square Garden.
Highly possible. But if there's one thing I've learned in the past 3.5 years, it's never doubt the Hulkster.
Bah.
DiBiase with a swinging neck breaker.
And there it is, McMahon, $1 Million Dream.
And it is Dream Street for Reno Riggins.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay. 'Cause the $1 Million Man always gets his way.
Money, 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 money.
Some might cost a little. Some might cost a lot.
And look at this, disgusting.
But I'm the $1 Million Man.
And fans, breaking news next week on the Superstars of Wrestling, Rick Martel to go one-on-one with Tom of the Islanders. Until then, for Jesse the Body Ventura, I'm Vince McMahon, thanking you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.